Alright, peace. Welcome one and all to episode number... It's getting hard to keep track now. 39, I think. One away from the big 4-0 where life begins. But for now, episode 39, here we are. Look at that. Look at that. Something's changed there, huh? It's been a little while since we've done an episode here on TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded. Probably about a week. So I'm really looking forward to getting this out and updating you, because we have been busy in this world. We just haven't really put out an episode, but I've been doing a lot off camera. And then yesterday on the live stream we sorted this out. Check it out. We have a void pipe. This tank is pulling from both of these coke ovens now, and the void pipe is just destroying the creosote as soon as it's created. We've moved all the rest of the creosote oil up there, and we've hooked up lockers for loading in many logs. On this side I don't think we put in quite a lot of coal there. Anyway, we can always put in more. And then under here you see we have these little lovely output chests. They're actually fairly impractical, the trapdoors, but there we go. And if we wanted to, we could come and just remove this fluid pipe and fill up another 16 buckets worth of creosote there. Or we wouldn't even have to remove the pipe. We can just stop it from pushing. And then when we want to destroy it again, we start pushing again. So this is great, and we basically don't have to ever come back here now. This thing just runs until there's nothing left to process, you know. Very, very cool. So that's one thing to update you guys on. The second thing is we're just going to jump straight into a montage, okay? So there was a lot of housekeeping I did around here, and I was recording bits and pieces of it along the way. So we're just going to run into a little bit of a montage now. There's a new tune from last week's Thursday music making people. So we will run that now. Alright, sweet. So I hope you enjoyed that little update of various business around and about the place. You'll notice I've chucked a big chest up in there and a hopper, which means we can process way more sand at once now. We have ourselves a new diamond hammer, and this one does have Unbreaking 3 on it, which is very nice. And we made ourselves a steel anvil, the Ender.io steel anvil there, which we use to sort this hammer out. Now you might notice auto smelt there. When I got auto smelt on it, I was concerned that it might automatically turn sand into glass, but it doesn't. It still breaks it into dust, so that's fine. And so we did, before we created this new hammer, which we're going to work on, we did a whole diamond hammer's worth of dust without the Unbreaking 3 enchant. So we broke whatever it is, like 1560 pieces of dust. We sifted it all over here, and I've now emptied that chest. But to give you a bit of an update, we got about 40 ingots of iron from it, which in exchange for 2 ingots of blue steel is pretty good. On top of that, we got like maybe 2 or 3 ingots of gold or something like that, about 10 ingots of rose gold, I think. I think it was like 13 rose gold, 10 gold. I think we got 2 ingots of copper, maybe 7 tin, something like that. So we got a decent amount, a bit of silver there. We got a decent amount of other ores from it. And then we got like Thorncraft shards, and we got things like chalk powder. We got a few of the Shergant bits and pieces. That was cool. That was all good, I think. I think it's worth the trade of 2 ingots of blue steel. But you will notice we're running low on blue and red steel. And in fact, you notice in here, we do have a red steel double ingot there. And we don't have an anvil yet. So here's what I'm thinking. A batch of red and a batch of blue steel today. We're going to make up a batch of each. That's one order of business. And then the second thing is going to also be a fairly technical endeavor. We're going to build our second water wheel. Okay? So we're going to do exactly that again, but below it. There. Just repeat. Just rinse and repeat. And we're going to have to work out some way of, I mean, potentially what we do is just destroy this row here, or the row behind it. Like we're gonna need some kind of relay system of bringing the power up and into this basic capacitor bank here too. But then we're also gonna be limited by transfer rates and things like this. So we may need to look at some medium voltage connectors and cabling, at least for this part. Once it gets over to here, and then it forks into 2 different directions. At that point we can probably stick with low voltage, but to ensure that we're filling up our capacitor bank at full speed when everything's on, yeah. So that's the plan for today. Seems like a ambitious plan, but I think we got it. All right, so let's talk numbers. Last time we did 8 ingots of each type in a kind of 4-1-1-2. So I believe it's 4 ingots of black steel each, 2 ingots of steel each, and then 1 sterling silver, 1 rose gold, and 1, is it black or bismuth bronze and brass, I think, for the 2 types, something like that. I can't remember. But to get 8 ingots, the ratio is a 4-1-1-2 kind of thing. But then you need to weld each of those 8 to another ingot of black steel, which means to get 8 and 8 here, and that would, let's just double check. Hold on. We've got one double ingot there. We've got 3 double ingots there. Another 8 ingots would give us another 4. It would make exactly the 7 double ingots that we need for red steel. So that would be perfect. And then we'd have another 8 ingots of blue steel, which we could make more hammers out of as we go. So yeah, cool. But to do that, we need the 8 ingots of black steel that go into the 2 alloy mixes, and then we need another 8 each to weld them to. So what we need here, unfortunately, to do what we need to do is 24 ingots of black steel, and we only have 15. So we need another 10 ingots of black steel at least. So that's the first step of the way. And look, here we have some weak steel. Weak steel needs to be welded with pig iron, if I think, is weak steel and pig iron welded together. So, should we just do these 20 here, or is that going to be just overkill? You'll notice that we've got a lot of this weak steel because we're kind of saving it for when we can arc furnace it into black steel automatically, because doing it that way will get us more bang for our buck. The arc furnace recipe is cheaper than the custom, so to that end we're just going to do our minimum amount. We're just going to do 10. In fact, we could even just do 9. But then we wouldn't have any black steel left. Let's have 1 ingot left because it looks cool. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, oh yeah, by the way, I was going to mention it at the start of the episode, but I don't think I have yet. Thank you very much for the 500 subscribers that we hit the other day. If you haven't subscribed already, consider it, because this train is moving. But yeah, no, thank you very much. It's crazy how quickly we've reached this point, and I'm just so excited to see what happens next. You know, there's let's use that one. It's easier to access here. Yeah, there's so much ahead of us. We got the Terraria update coming out this weekend. And I'm gonna, in line with our sort of 500 subscriber milestone, I'm going to be releasing some new graphics for the channel and a bit of a regular schedule of streams and uploads and things like that. I'm still working on it behind the scenes. I was hoping to have it all ready for 500, but I want it to be right rather than rushed. So in the next week or so, you're going to see a flurry of new things to look out for. But yeah, thank you so much. 500 subs, absolutely mind-blowing. And long may it continue. Okay, these are all kind of getting ready now, but while they hover in that state, I've just realised we should actually move out of this one and into this one in the end, because we want use of both crucibles during this little session here. Weld. 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 Okay. And then here we go. I can't remember exactly which one this is. Not that one. Is it this one? Yeah. Perfect. So we got the 5 ingots all done, and then we can, I guess, keep them warm in there. So oh, that one isn't the warm one. Yeah. Keep them warm in there so they're ready to go. So yeah, I readied these various metals here. So we want those two on that side, these two on this side. And the other thing is that we had this steel double ingot, which I think we might have made by mistake or for something that didn't end up working. So that will count as our 2 ingots for this side here. So we just need these to all melt in now, which they won't be doing. I'm concerned that our black steel will melt under these conditions. I'm hoping it won't. Anyway, let's go. Let's just, hopefully they won't. If they do, we've got the ceramic molds, so we should be fine. Okay, rose gold goes in immediately, the brass goes in immediately, steel double ingot. Might take some time. God, I really hope I've got this right. Weak red steel, alright. And then into here goes that and that. It really doesn't actually matter if they have melted as well. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Alright, weak blue steel. We did it. We haven't messed this up. That's very nice. Good to know. Right, and as we're nearing the end of this process now, we also need to bring all of these up. I think we left with just one, 2, 3, 4, and another 2, and then the one we have in the container. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Oh yeah, I just remembered as well. We're supposed to melt this steel down while we're here, and while this is cooking. Where has it gone? Oh, there, yeah, it's on my back. We made this steel anvil when we were... Wow, that went in straight away. We made it when we were trying to produce a normal Minecraft anvil, and it just, like, the recipe didn't work, basically, and we were like, oh, okay, we've just got an extra steel anvil, so we might as well melt it down, get the 14 ingots of steel back out now, while we're here, and while these are warming as well. Alright, we've nearly reached the end of the road. These are all weldable now, which is lovely. I think we can just grab you, get another one of those pouring while we deal with you four. But here we are. In fact, that's it. We don't even need to work them. We are red anvil time. Oh baby, baby, it's a red anvil. It's gonna look so cool. Let's put it over there for now. We'll sort ourselves out in a moment. Yeah, brilliant. In fact, do we want to melt this down immediately and take the black steel from it? I think we do. All right, and here we go. Let's grab that, take the last piece of that out, and here it is. In it goes, and then straight away 14 ingots, lovely. And then we can move this guy over here to pride of place. Very nice. Get your flux in. Get your steel hammer in. Yeah, I guess we decided to put unbreaking in there. Can we actually top you up with a bit of flux? There we go. Right, and now we just got to pour all these, which is not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's gotta be done, you know? Alright, done. This is cool, and doesn't the red anvil really suits. And you know what, in for the sake of completeness, at some point when we're feeling rich and flash, probably once we've got the arc furnace and we can knock this stuff out, furnace, we can knock this stuff out quicker, we'll put a blue steel anvil on that side, and that will kind of just complete the look. Maybe we'll have to, for the sake of symmetry, we'll have to put another barrel of fuel over that side. But that would be a pretty nice kind of like, there we go, we completed the TFC tech tree type monument. Because we'll stop using it at that point. Once the arc furnace and, you know, immersive engineering is our primary way, and, you know, combinations of the ender alloy smelter and the metal press, and yeah, you know, this thing will just become a relic. It will become like a museum exhibit of what once was. It's beautiful. It's truly touching. So that's nice. Yeah, but that concludes our metal making session for today. I think we can be pretty proud of what we've done here, and we've got a nice supply of blue steel for hammers. We've got the black steel from the anvil, which I did not predict or didn't really remember. We'd be getting that, and then we've also got 14 ingots of steel, which I'm actually just going to pile here because it's easier to grab them. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And then I guess on to part 2 of today's mission, which is to duplicated this guy. We need another one of these, so we're going to need 3 of these water wheels at least, and just some kind of vague memory of what we actually did here. We have to excavate some space underneath here as well. So yeah, all in all, I think it's going to be a bit of fun and games. Oh yeah, quick interlude just as I was coming back from over there. Here it is. Here's the dark steel anvil we made from Ender.io, and it just works like a vanilla one, but it actually works. We actually have an anvil here. Very nice. We need to sort this place out though. We need a big build here one of these days. So starting over here then, I think that the best way to start is to do some serious excavation. So if we come down here, yeah, look, we haven't even properly dealt with this. So it seems to me like this could be a sort of quite a good access point right here. So if we were to do a bit of that, then we can start to see what we're up against here. We actually got a light back there. That's kind of useful. Yeah, I guess we need an access point, and this is it. What we want to do is we want to come in here anyway and make all of these uncave-inable. So that's good. So all we need to do is get underneath somehow. I wonder, let's test this. If we put blocks there for now, is that going to impact the production? But they're all spinning, so I think that's good. And then I think we can come in through here, and we've chiseled that already. Yep, down here, and this is the start then of our next layer. So it would be like, come down here, doop doop. And in fact, to make this quicker, what we should do is we should come down one more layer, because then we can do this, and we can use our lovely hammer to break 9 at once. Because I can't remember how many rows down it is. We'll have to go up and count again in a minute. But let's just get the depth of it right here. So we basically want to do this all the way out to the wide open on the other side. Which, there it is. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, okay, this works. So how far down do we need to go now? Okay, whoops. We've kind of trimmed ourselves out of access there. Let's jump over here. So we're basically going to want to do something that we can repeat quite easily here, which I think we'll be able to do. So if you think that the top, this row here, that's the top. And we have 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that is in line with the very top. Okay, so we can just count them as we see them from here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's 8, like including the row the water sits in at the top and including the floor at the bottom. So then if we come here, our new row will start here. This will be number 1 of 8. 2, 3. So we need to go down 5 more. Okay, sorted. So just to reiterate, we'd need then oops, hello. We need like a row here, but that one above it is the top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the floor. So then we just need to copy the shape of that floor, which comes out a couple more, and then it comes up one again, and then we just want to copy the rest of the shape. So that's the final layer. Yeah, okay, so we need one in there, a guy in there, and all the way up. These just go, from what I recall, they go all the way up to the very top row, don't they? Yeah, they do. They just go right up to the top row. So that's fine. We can do that. Oops, see. And the top row is that one. They go all the way up. So we, whoops. What am I standing on? What am I standing on? Okay. We may as well like actually have these just continue down. I think it's gonna, the design will look nicer. Gosh, if it just comes all the way down like this, that's the right thing to do, but we'll take a look at it from the other side. But in theory now that should be perfectly ready, that chamber, to do what we need it to do. Okay, I've got my head around it now. So what it is, it's 1, 2, 3, and then that is where we'd need the next kinetic dynamo thing. And then it would come down 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that's kind of like the middle point. And then 1, 2, 3 to that side. Yeah. This all works. And so all we've got to do is remove those 3 there, and I think our same water sources will just flow straight through in a kind of snaking styly. So at this point, we need to do a bit of crafting. That's the next order of business here today. So for every single layer of this thing that we build, we're going to need one of these guys. 3 iron, 2 redstone. Okay, 4 iron, 2 redstone, and 8 of these coils, which is 2 copper sheets a piece. Oh no, so 4 copper sheets. Yeah, 4 copper sheets, 4 ingots of iron, and 2 redstone. And then what we're going to need is the actual water wheels themselves, which I need to remind myself of the recipe. It's all treated wood. Okay, yeah, it's super easy to do. So we just need 12 of that recipe. And I guess the question then is, do we want another capacitor bank, or whatever they're called? Is that what Ender.io calls them? I think this basic capacitor bank was what we went for. I wonder if we need to. I don't think we need to bother making another one. I think having 1,000,000 RF in reserves is fine. I think what we want to do is try and wire both dynamos into it in some kind of efficient way. Anyway, we should be able to do all our crafting in one go here right now. So if we take like a couple of stacks of those, should be all good, right? First things first. 8 of those with a piece of iron in the middle gets us this guy, and then that and that and that gets us the kinetic dynamo. Then, can I remember this recipe? Is it like this? Yeah, should we just make 32 of them now? Let's make 32. We need them in like batches of 12, I suppose. So maybe 36 is the sensible number of these to make. It's pretty easy. In fact, we could even make all of the wheels now, couldn't we? Hello. Lovely. Okay, then we can put that back. So we've still got quite a lot of treated wood, but we get through it reasonably quickly with this. There's going to come a day when we do a live stream where we just build hundreds and hundreds of those water wheels and dig that channel down to bedrock. Just layers and layers and layers. I think it's going to be very cool. But yeah, in theory we should be in business now. I guess we just need to come up here on our way back over there and grab a couple of those, and yeah, and having some spare cabling is actually going to be quite useful. Firstly, can we chuck one of these onto the bottom of this guy? Yes. That strikes me as being very useful. Then if we come in here and we put this guy in there, I think that works, and I think we go, oh, yeah, they always do this. They get placed very, very quickly. We want to place it on there, and then it's going to do another one, of course, and then the last one there. Will it let us out? We can't get out. There we go. Okay, the water's flowing properly now, but these aren't moving properly. So let's get rid of them. Well, guys, I'm always doing this kind of stuff, but like I've lost my hang glider now. Ugh. Which inventory did I leave that in? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay, let's try and replace these in here and just see what happens, I guess. Try and place one at a time if we can. They're not moving. They ain't moving. In fact, no, wait, I know, I think I know. I think the water's flowing the right way now, but I think that we might need to actually get rid of these blocks here to let the thing start moving. There we go. So for some reason, bringing the water down, it just didn't work first time, but everything needed was a bit of an update. Right. Good. Before we drown, whoops, or die from fall damage, or any number of ways we could stupidly kill ourselves, I think we've done it. They're moving. The ones on top are moving. We're still only using 3 water sources. This is very cool. It's got a very different look. Oh, I see. Something is slightly different with the way we've done it, which is that we've actually got another layer here and here. That should make the thing look more symmetrical. Apparently they're not needed, those blocks, but yeah, that does make them both look more like the same, 2 of the same thing, right? Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. So then the last sort of piece of the puzzle here is these 2. Right, this guy. Put one of these on it. Thank you. Can we climb out of this? If we go like that and then do a nice big jump. Oh. Okay, there we go. We should be able to link to there. Perfect. Now, what we want to do is drain this thing. Oh wow, I didn't realize this thing had an interface. This didn't realize. Output and input, so we can turn it off. We could turn off the input for a second, and then yeah, so let's do that. This is a good experiment. Active with signal, active without signal. Yeah, we want it on active with signal mode, or never active. Never active is fine. So never active means that now it's not going to input any energy from either of these, for any of these water wheels. Okay, so one of the things we know we're going to need to do eventually is convert some of our coal coke here into whatever it is, coke dust, and the crusher absolutely munches power. So let's do that, and it's starting to output. That's grand. We can bring a few stacks of this over. Let's take it all. If we just whack a cheeky cauldron on here, then we can do that, and that, and that, and that. And we can take this sandstone even, and get the sag mill going too. In you go. And while that's going like that, then if we come over to our energy bank, we should be able to see that it's just being rinsed. We're using 164 RF per tick right now, fairly consistently, with all three machines going. Now that we know that we've got our minus 164 there, that is consistent, and we're eating through our reserves. We've used a quarter of our reserves already there. So now we just bring it back to always, and let's have a look. And we're in the plus of 63. So 164, it means that now our total is sort of like sitting at 225 or something. Yeah. So max input is 1000 RF per tick, which is fine, like. And even with all three running, we're still on a positive here. That's got charge coming through it, that's got charge coming through it. If we come down here, have a look at this guy. Okay, well, it's using it all, but I guess that's to be expected, is it? Is it to be expected to have zero there? What I'm sure of is that we used to not be able to handle this. In fact, if we just break that, we come down to minus 50, which means this thing's doing 113, which is exactly the same as what our other batch was doing. If we stop this from outputting 114, yeah, right, exactly. So that's perfect. So we're linking from there. The second set is working exactly as efficiently as the first, and we can let it output again. All the machines will start working again, I presume. They were probably running off of reserves that were in the coils there. That's going. We're not using that one, but these two are both still going. If we look at some of these nodes, they are using everything. That's taking charge, so it's not using. That's kind of interesting. And as for the crusher, yeah, the crusher's on a consistent number of RF2, so nothing is eating through its reserves. Basically, our cabling is still sufficient as it stands. We don't need to upgrade the cabling because there's no individual machine is unable to stay full. Yeah, and yeah, we've basically we've totally doubled our power generation. Woo! And that is going to look cool, isn't it? Can you imagine when this is just a hole to bedrock and all you can see is water wheels? And we may even double it on the other side, so they're on both sides going down, or we could even use that wall to have three-way or four-way. You know, there's huge amount of possibility here, and it's only going to get quicker and quicker for us to make those layers. Like, there was a little bit of learning to do in terms of how we stack one on top of the other. But now we've done that, we could, like I say, we could spend a live stream doing nothing but this, listening to some tunes and just blasting through, and we could generate a huge amount of power with water wheels alone. And that avoids the need for us to go out getting oil or bloody blah. And if we do go out and get oil, we use it for the portable machines like the ore excavator and stuff like that when we get to that point. So yeah, all in all, guys, mission accomplished, and we have a shiny new red steel anvil to show for it as well. So look, that's banging. Thank you for watching episode 39. Next time, catch me for the big 4-0. Peace.